which, I mean, first of all, he's suing them because it's unconstitutional to try to program people with that kind of stuff because it's an attack on freedom of speech. But the thing is, it's working because the statistics show that 87% of the lawyers that are coming out of the law schools now actually buy into this crap. And so you're right. They're programming these people. This mind war is starting at the top with the lawyers, with the law societies. And, you know, you also mentioned a Bill 21 in BC, which is putting in the same thing to the medical industry there, putting it under this totalitarian regime. You're right. They're attacking it from the top down and putting in place these structures to control speech, especially for those who could use it effectively.
So imagine, I thought, well, what if you couldn't make arguments in court? What if you couldn't make certain arguments? What if you couldn't file certain types of pleadings? What if you couldn't sue the government for a government overreach? What if you couldn't bring those constitutional cases because the types of lawyers that bring those cases are being checked? And I can tell you, if you want to read a good example, it's Sue Gray, where her representation of a COVID plaintiff what got her really in hot water. Okay. And so I'll tell people, just please go to the book and go to the area that you're most interested in. And then the Bill 21 in BC is a bill that changes how many benchers are elected that are, you know, as a self-regulated profession. And it takes the self-regulated profession and puts it under a statute, i.e. the government, and the government itself puts on more benchers, right? So then, okay, and I
correct a mistake I made. I said earlier, Bill 20. It's Bill 36 is what I was thinking of. Thank you for.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
So Bill 21, so it creates the idea, and I can tell you this, that in my first SARS case, I had the Ministry of Labor investigating the Ministry of Environment and the Ministry of Labor for Occupational Health and Safety to decide whether or not there was a problem, or sorry, not Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Health, decide whether the Ministry of Health should be sued. And I thought, what a conflict of interest that is. And I have a master's in conflict of interest. Now, imagine that your regulatory body is the government, right? And this is essentially what I am telling you is whether they put it in a statute or not, these speech committees make it a globalist government. The speech committees in our regulatory and occupational bodies are a global government. And I want to park another idea out there because this book is about ideas. I do put all the stories in there, but this book, all the ways to earn a living that are independent, that you cannot collect them into a regulatory body, end up being attacked. So we saw the total attack on small businesses in COVID, and that was like go to a small business to buy groceries or to buy things that you need, and it's maybe you're in the store with 4 or 5 people. Go to a big box store and you're in a store with like 300 to 500 people. Who knows and how many go through during the day. So it wasn't about public health.